Brendan, it's kind of nice to have a couple of days off. What was it like getting back into it today after 3-1 practice and games coming up?
It was good. It's always good to reset the mind, reset the body. I think everybody came in, they had a mindset that we wanted to get better today. Fresh legs, so we were making a lot of shots, and we went over some execution, so today was good.
6 preseason games are on the high end, certainly, of a preseason schedule. You don't really see that too often anymore. I know you didn't play in all of them, but having those extra reps, do you feel like that was something that was productive for this team, being able to get out there and play real games?
For sure, especially getting that starting 5 out in the last game, but it was more helpful for me. Having a chance to get on the floor and play against other competition since it's been so long. It was helpful to see where I was as a player and how I want to continue to get better with this new team.
You were pretty excited, when we talked to you in Vegas about where you were, where this team could get. Now you've had a long time to work together, and has anything changed? Do you still see this team as having a lot of upside, a lot of potential to play on that team?
Yeah, for sure. I'm looking forward to it. I think the good thing is everybody's eager to learn every single day, and as long as we come in with that mindset and attitude, we'll continue to get better. You see how hard we work on the defensive end, so we just tidy up some things on the defensive end and work on our execution on the offensive end, staying poised. I think we'll continue to get better.
One of the things that this team really struggled with last year is clutch situations, late and close games, and I would imagine that's one of the reasons why they were really excited to go out and get you. We saw the ball in your hands at the end of that game on Friday. How much do you, as a player, as a competitor, embrace those types of moments?
That's what we work out for, and things that we dream of. Growing up and hiding like Kobe Bryant and other players, we relish for them moments right there. So I get excited for it. I know it's a chance to have a lot of poise and see who's open on the basketball floor. Maybe the players will always for me, but just having the opportunity to know what's going on.
Just differently about playing in Darko's offense as compared to the previous coaches you played?
Well, the pace is a lot different. On the offensive end, we kind of push the ball as soon as we get it, kind of like the Indiana Pacers. On the defensive side of the ball, we just attacking and for steals, blocks, and just trying to get defensive stops. So I think the difference is than other teams is the pace.
You haven't had that much time to play with Scotty. I think for sure Friday was the best we've seen Scotty play. What jumped out to you about seeing him really bring it?
How ahead of the game he is while he's playing. In that last game, he showed a bunch of his IQ, his passing ability, and his size. He's usually his matchup. He's bigger than the guy that's playing him. So his ability to use his size and his length was definitely on display, and I was definitely happy to see it. I was happy for him.
How would you rate the intensity of the defensive scheme that Darko has with the ball pressure constantly happening?
12 out of 10.
Any thoughts on Atlanta? They're a team that is kind of reconfigured itself a little bit.
Well, they have some seasoned guys. Trae Young has been over there for a long time, and he's the leader, the head of the snake. He's going to make sure everybody is involved, and he's going to be aggressive. They added Porzingis, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who's a good defensive player and a knockdown shooter. Dyson Daniels, defensive player. And Jalen Johnson is coming off an injury, so they have a well-rounded team. We'll have to bring it on the defensive end and execute on the offensive end. I think we'll be ready.
There was an ESPN story about you, and you talked about how defensively you feel like you guys have everything, and then offensively there are things that need to get expedited. What specifically do you think needs to get expedited?
I think decision making in full court, we've gotten better, especially looking at clips from last year to this year. We've gotten better in the preseason and in practice. I think when the game slows down, it's just about, our next step is about being patient and letting the game come to us, finding the right execution, setting good hard screens, knowing where the best shot is on the floor. I think that's our next step.
You see IQ
Elijah and Garrett are playing one-on-one together after practice. Would you ever hop into some of those games, and how do you think you would do?
How do I think I'll do? Trick question or something. I definitely hop in. When we're not playing every other day, maybe when we got 2 days in between games, but yeah, I definitely hop in.
On Friday night, you guys played your starters a lot of minutes, and it may be the first game so far where pretty much everybody was kind of hitting on all cylinders. And how enthusiastic or excited did that make you?
Why was that?
Well, just like everyone seemed to be thriving kind of thing as starters.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we played pretty well. Had a little lapse in the third, some buckets. I'm more focused on like the process. I'm always like a process guy. It's good to play with enthusiasm, energy, stuff like that. But are you doing the right things on a daily habit to give yourself a chance to win every night? So, I feel like we play with great enthusiasm, like you said. Just try to do the right things on a daily.
And now, how about your process? I mean, this time last year, you missed most of camp with a thumb, and we know what happened. It seemed like every after that, but not to jinx you, but I
don't believe in jinx. I believe in God. But honestly, same thing. You get injured, part of the process. Everybody that's played basketball has been injured before. Not really a guy that's known to be injured a lot, honestly, thank God. So, just try to come in with the right mindset every day and try to get better.
Speaking of processes, last year Darko spoke a lot about playing with pace, but not only, transition, but within the half court and making those decisions, whether shoot, pass, dribble, quickly. Obviously, new season, new starting five. Where do you think you are in that process?
I feel like we've done a great job of that. I feel like we're playing really fast, especially in transition. I think offensively in the half court we got to be a little bit better, but that comes with time. The more we start to learn each other, what each other likes and things like that, more time on the court, we'll start to develop that chemistry. But I think we're very much ahead of the curve on offense as far as like sharing the ball, space. I think we've done a great job of that.
You guys were on the road for so much of camp and preseason. Now that you've been back in Toronto for a little bit, you've been feeling some of the buzz around the city about the Blue Jays and the run that they're on right now?
Yeah, I think a lot of guys are going to the game tonight. Shout out to the Toronto Blue Jays, get a dub tonight. But it's been great. It's always cool to have like a buzz outside of just your sport. It's really cool to have like, you feel like a country behind everybody. Everybody's kind of rallying together, so it's pretty cool to see.
Get you excited about what that could look like for you guys if you're able to go on a run?
Yeah, absolutely. Even going to like the hockey games when they had their Game 7 win, it was pretty cool to see that, just to kind of get a feel, especially like inside Scotia Arena when we play. So it's pretty cool.
We've been noticing you're on the defensive end. You've been taking a lot of, especially like moving screens, but like just the intensity on defense. Even for preseason, I think it really stepped up. How much has Darko talked to you about on that end? What he wants to see from you, especially pressuring the ball?
A lot. Whole coaching staff, teammates, everybody challenging each other, especially on the defensive side of the ball. What we're trying to do on offense, we got to start it on defense. So it doesn't matter if it's preseason or not. Take every game, preseason, playoffs, finals, whatever game it might be, approach it the same way. Defensive mentality first, and you set yourself up to be successful.
Jamal was also saying in training camp how much, he was saying you were the best conditioned player on the team that he noticed in training camp.
Thanks, Jamal.
Yeah, Jamal's a good speaker, that. But at the same time, I want to know, what did you do differently in this offseason to sort of make sure that you're able to be healthy and sort of play through the whole year?
I think always I just take pride in taking care of my body. In the summer, I spent a lot of time on the track, up early in the morning, sunrise, getting on the track, and just trying to be in great shape that I can be able to play on both sides of the ball. Be a great two-way player. I take pride in just being an all-around player, leader, being able to be like a Swiss Army knife that can do anything on any specific night. I feel like that's where my value is on a team, is that I can do a lot of different things.
Are you guys starting to get more comfortable with Scotty, the fit around Scotty, yourself, and Brandon? They're three guys who can create on the ball, but also...
Yeah, I think when you're playing with great players, it makes it easy, especially on offense. it just makes the game a lot easier when you're playing with guys that can shoot, pass, dribble. You don't have to put as much pressure on yourself, and the game becomes a lot easier. I'm getting like 9 catch and shoot threes a game just by being in the right spots, being ready to shoot. And I feel like I'm a really good shooter, so it makes the game easy for me, honestly.
What type of stuff were you specifically doing on the track?
Running.
Like long distance, like stop and go, like what type of stuff?
Did a lot of sprints, a little bit of long distance sometimes. But it was a mix of everything, honestly. Track, turf. I think getting up early in the morning at 5 a.m. is probably harder than the actual track workout itself. So just trying to be disciplined and, put that work in the summer so that you can, reap the benefits on the court.
How long was the long distance?
I was running first, asking questions later after.
You guys were on the road for so much of the preseason, but now that you've been home a little bit, are you starting to feel the buzz in the city with the Jays making this run?
No doubt, it's amazing. It's amazing to see Toronto, how whole city comes behind a sports team, any sports team. Blue Jays are having amazing season, great playoff run over here. Everybody's hopeful, and we believe the team is going to pull another win tonight and take us to the finals. So, really, really exciting, and it's awesome for us to be in a city and to see that energy, knowing that that type of energy is going to be same for us once we start rolling in the playoffs.
I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think teams have a lot of say in putting together preseason schedules. You guys played 6 games, which is definitely on the higher end. Why was it important for you guys to get as many reps as you did? And do you think now that you threw it, do you think that was productive for you guys?
I believe so. First, when I looked at the 6 preseason games, I was also a little bit, is it going to be too much or not? I think coming from West Coast and using that Boston game, not playing our starters, it really helped to get extra minutes for the young guys. And we're such a young team. I think it was important to see all of our guys playing and getting opportunities. At the same time, I do like us spending time on the road early in our schedule because it prepared us for playing on the road during the regular season, and also gets the team connected. When we go for 5 days in Calgary, we go to Vancouver for 3 days. Players are around each other quite a bit, and that really helps those guys come together as a group.
Are you going to the game today?
I'm going to be watching from home after I finish my Atlanta prep.
I mean, it's kind of interesting. Atlanta would be the team you're playing first. It's one of the teams in the East that's kind of been reconfigured the most. Do you kind of look forward to seeing where you guys?
I love it. I love every opportunity that we have to go out there and compete. I want to play against great teams. We want to be a great team. We want to continue to grow. So for us, any opportunity we have to play against high talented teams, it's great for us. It's going to be a lot of learning. It's going to be opportunity to compete. It's an opportunity to learn how to win. We got to look at a season as a whole. This is not a 100 meters race. It's going to be a marathon. There's going to be great stretches. There's going to be rough stretches. But what I see so far from our group is they're really connected and really willing to accept coaching and learning from each other. So that's what really excites me about this season.
You guys just seem to do a lot of blindside double teaming on defense. You got guys coming from the nail to the corner out of nowhere. How do you decide, or how do you leave it up to them to make the decision when to go?
Now we're going into coaching secrets,
Well, yeah.
We do have rules. What are we trying to achieve in those situations? We're giving guys certain freedom to make decisions. You cannot be so strict when you want to play disruptive. You cannot be so strict on the rules because that makes players overthink. And we really want to be aggressive. We really want to be disruptive. And we also have a system in place when we get exposed in some of those situations that we have a backup plan, how we can cover for each other on the backside.
You spoke last year a lot about not only playing with pace as in turning defense into offense, but playing with pace within the half court. New starting lineup, obviously they have to learn each other. Where do you think they are in that process?
much more ahead than I would think, to be honest with you. I think once we're getting in a half court, we still have some empty possessions, but we also have a lot of opportunities that we're going with much more force to set a screen, to open up and roll with more force. I think I'm already seeing improvements there. We have a long way to go before we look as a team that wants to play with that force and pace on offensive end, but I'm seeing a lot of positive stuff early on.
What do you expect from young players like Jonathan Mogbo, based on what you saw from preseason and training camp? What do you want to see from them gaining into the new season now?
I'm expecting from all young guys to bring a lot of energy, a lot of effort, enthusiasm. Those guys are really working hard every single day. I want them to be excited when games comes, and if they play 5 possessions or 25 or 40 possessions in a game, to understand to love and respect every possession in the game and to see how valuable those possessions are. I think that's going to really help their development this year and to get those guys on a map to be, very important part of the team.
Coach, we saw Immanuel Quickley make a lot of plays defensively in preseason, especially hustle plays like, felt like he drew a moving screen every game basically. What are you expecting out of Immanuel this season defensively?
I mean, he's been constantly improving, on defensive end since he joined us. We had some long and productive conversations over the course of summer, like that he needs to take that to another level. He took that very seriously. He put some serious work this off season. He got so much stronger, and he's doing a really good job there. So I'm really pleased that he just needs to carry that into the season and during the whole season.
And then the last game, I know it's still preseason, but you had your starters in. Brooklyn had their starters in. It was like 1:14 tied with a minute left, and then you guys gave the ball to Brandon Ingram, and he got that pull up for the 3. How are you going to sort of handle those sort of crunch time possessions this year, and sort of how much is it a benefit to have a guy like Brandon to be that weapon for you?
There is a lot of value in having a player like Brandon who can score, who's also very great playmaker. In this game, I thought that we as a team did not do a great enough job of finding him, and he was open in some situations. And he did not flinch for a second. He continued making right decisions. I believe he had 6 assists at the end of the game. He was trying to make the right decision. He got that pull-up 3 that needed us, that we needed as a team to get it win. So he's really focusing on the right things and how to help the team. There is so much more, for us as a team to grow in those situations, and I'm happy to have all of those preseason games to be close result, so that can teach us some things how to close games.
Darko, looking at that last game against the Nets, it seems like throughout the game you had at least 2 starters out there. Is that going to be a focus for you with the playing rotation?
I mean, initially, yes, but I think it's going to really go game by game. Obviously, having 2 starters on the court at any point of time helps, and that's how our team is built, that we can do those type of rotations. I mean, if somebody is really good and then catches the fire, I might keep him longer on the floor, so we might not see 2 starters at the same time with a second unit, but generally that is the idea, yes.
I was talking to Brandon about just goal setting individually and how that fits into a larger conversation. Like, some guys are not going to be the ones to be like, listen, I'm individually going after this, that, and the third. For yourself, when you think about the collective picture, how do you create healthy rooms that those things can be expressed, but obviously being very cognizant of the fact that it has to be a collective goal in mind, obviously, at the end of the day?
I mean, if you win, everybody wins, right? So each player one day set up their goals, and we sit down with them, we talk that in a context of the team. We don't talk in a context, we want you to be an all-star player and average 30 points a night, or have I don't know what. That all of that goes in the context of how you're helping the team and how you're helping the team to win. So we spend a lot of time with players talking about those, what it needs to look like for them, and all of those are very connected with our offensive and defensive pillars, so they're overlapping.
How are the quote? Why was it that one today?
I do pick a quote. Yes.
Do you change them often?
Yes.
And
yes,
why was that the one today?
because how you do anything is how you do everything, because it's important.
Did something stand out to you though that you felt like that had to be the message?
I mean, I think the details. This is a long preseason over here. Everybody's itching to get to the game and play regular season games. There is no skipping steps. Everything matters. Every rep matters. Every practice matters. Every workout matters. So we gotta stay logged in every day.
We'll do one more.
Were Colin and Yak able to do anything today?
Yak went through whole practice, and Colin went through non-contact parts of the practice.